Season's greetings, everyone. Welcome on board as we take you through the pages of another informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. Coming up, some Christmas gift ideas for you at Things Jamaica. Sit with us for these and some Christmas carols, yard style, in this half hour.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, join us in helping to make Jamaica a safer place for all. Log on to jamaicai.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
Hi there, I'm Anthony Morgan with your JI's News of the Week. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has said that the government will be ramping up delivery of housing solutions in 2020. The coming developments will have housing solutions for all income brackets and will be strategically placed in all areas where the state can effectively provide services and proper policing.
Next year, we have another program that is going to come that will rapidly increase the number of housing solutions coming to market. What we will do in Bernard Lodge, what we will do in St. Thomas and in other areas of the country will rapidly expand housing. And then we have to now reclaim the communities in Kingston to make them attractive again for people to live in.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking Wednesday as he handed land titles to 30 families for lots in Greater Portmore. Also this week, ground was broken on Wednesday for a $4 million craft medicinal hemp farm at Long Pond Estate in Trelawney. 30 Jamaicans have been employed to the 650-acre property, which has been leased by Organic Growth Holdings Incorporated from the Sugar Company Holdings of Jamaica. It's expected that wellness products from the farm will be exported or sold in gift shops, spas, and pharmacies across the island by the second quarter of next year. Agriculture Minister Audley Shaw said lands have been set aside for small farmers.
4,000 acres of land will be made available to our small farmers. So make sure you apply, get your land. We're working with the Sugar Company Holdings of Jamaica. Those who want to, on their pieces of land to produce sugar cane, same way, we will help you reap it and help you to have it processed.
Also in the news this week, regulations to govern the nomination and appointment of persons to public bodies were approved by the House of Representatives, and February 1, 2020 set out as the date for it to be effective. The motion for the Public Bodies Management and Accountability, Nomination, Selection and Appointment to Boards Regulations was moved by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark on December 10.
Public bodies in their entirety spend approximately $400 billion each year, as compared with the central government, which is only about 20% higher. This government, Mr. Speaker, has heard and answered the cry for greater and more transparent regulation of the process of board appointments, given the implications for achieving corporate governance.
The regulations make provision for the establishment of a database of prospective directors, maintenance and access to the database, and ensuring confidentiality of the information. When the regulations come into effect, prospective directors and chairpersons will undergo a fit and proper test. Provisions are also being made for restriction on appointment and tenure of chairman, reappointment of directors, revocation of appointment, and the circumstances for change in board membership. The Court Management Services CMS now has additional resources to improve its operation of the traffic ticket management system. 12 laptops, 3 desktop computers, and 3 printers were handed over to the CMS by the Ministry of National Security recently. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, while speaking at the handover ceremony, said that the ministry is working towards a system that will reflect real-time updates from the point a ticket is issued to payment at the tax office or in court.
We look, of course, to work with the court management system to get to a point where we're having e-warrants for matters of this sort. Again, we work closely with them, and what I want to pledge is that we will work with the Chief Justice and assist your court management and get to the point where all the required, basically electoral requirements are there. For us, the getting public order restored on our highways and public spaces is a critical element in ensuring that there's law and order in Jamaica.
Still in our news of the week, Jamaica now boasts a new state-of-the-art voice communication system for air traffic control to provide a more seamless overflight service to local and international clients. The modern communication system is one of several features of the newly reopened Kingston Air Traffic Control Center at the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority headquarters in St. Andrew. The $17 million center consists of a cutting-edge system, wide air traffic management automation surveillance system, a new global positioning system, a master clock and receiver, as well as an air traffic control simulator. At Wednesday's official opening ceremony, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the investment is in keeping with the government's focus on developing the island's air transport sector.
As a result of our efficient, seamless, and safe operations, passengers, businesses, and other stakeholders confidently rely on Jamaica's navigation services for its contribution to a safe global air traffic management system and safe and efficient passage through Jamaica's strategic and highly traversed airspace.
French company Thales partnered with the JCAA on the undertaking. In other aviation news this week, expansion work on the runway at the Kingston International Airport has begun following a groundbreaking ceremony on December 12. The project is being undertaken at a cost of $70 million, with completion projected by the end of September 2020. The expansion will, among other things, increase the length of the strip by 278 meters, establish safety areas at either end of the runway, install a jet blast screen to improve the effective use of the taxiway. Minister of Transport Robert Montego said the extension is also expected to reposition the airport to accommodate larger, more powerful planes while significantly reducing arrival and departure timelines.
There will be additional meters for safety zone, which will bring the runway into compliance with the International Civil Aviation standards. It is indeed a great milestone and should be recognized nationally as a remarkable contribution to Jamaica's economic prosperity. All is said, this is far more than just a facelift. It is a comprehensive overhaul that amounts to a far safer and more efficient airport and will allow us to accommodate the long-haul flights out of Asia and out of Europe.
And 15 new state-of-the-art immigration kiosks have been installed at the Kingston International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James. The kiosks were provided through funding from the Tourism Enhancement Fund with the aim of boosting efficiency and reducing wait time at the airport's immigration ports. There are now 35 kiosks at the airport. In other news this week, Minister with Oversight for Information Caenwood said that Cabinet has approved the establishment of a Violence Prevention Commission. The brainchild of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the Commission will, among other things, carry out a comprehensive review of existing public and private violence prevention programs and studies. The Commission will also examine government strategies dealing with violence.
It will seek to identify gaps in the prevention and intervention services that are provided and to make recommendations with respect to violence prevention and intervention programs. And it will also create a 10-year action plan which will guide the operations and execution of this area of great concern nationally.
Still in the news this week, persons applying for a public passenger vehicle PPV badge can now go through an online training program. This comes after the Transport Authority launched the PPV Driving App to help improve the proficiencies of the drivers. Minister of Transport Robert Montego, speaking at the launch ceremony, said the app is now available on Android devices but will be available on iOS in short order.
It is being done in a game format, so you can't move to the next level until you have conquered one level. So you can't move from the road code part to the driving part until you have conquered the road code. So, and you do it at your own pace, in your own time, in your own privacy. So by that, we hope to increase the competency of the drivers who are already in the system and work with those who are coming.
Congratulations poured in from Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Culture Minister Olivia Grange, as well as the wider society for Tony and Singh's crowning moment as she took the coveted Miss World title. Prime Minister Holness says Tony Ann displayed the best of Jamaica with her extraordinary talent, grace, beauty, humility, confidence and passion, and her victory was deserving. Meanwhile, Minister Grange says Tony Ann has made the entire country proud.
Tony Ann Singh is a very talented young lady, an extraordinary talent, very charming, very purposeful in what she does, and she's most deserving.
4 days of celebration for her victory began on Friday. Congratulations were also expressed for Shelley and Fraser Price on being named Pan American Sports Female Athlete of 2019. Minister Grange says it's another well-deserved accolade, while Prime Minister Holness says it's a proud moment in history for Jamaica. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Anthony Morgan.
Hello and welcome to OPM Connect. I'm Naomi Francis. Today we present a program with a difference. Do you know that, well, we want to highlight our young entrepreneurs. We have 3 beautiful ladies with excellent products to display here today for you, representing some of the best of Jamaica. So today we have Vivienne Bailey Hay. She's from V's Art and Furniture. Welcome, hello. Vivienne. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have Joanne Morris of Rachel Lane Brand, and also Kian Patrice Hutchinson of Kian Patrice Photography and Digital Art. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start though with how you got into this business, displaying some of the best products that Jamaica have to offer. And I know all 3 of you were in corporate Jamaica at the start. All right, well, let me start with Vivienne, because this is a very interesting, kind of start that you had.
Yes, well, I was in corporate Jamaica, and this actually is, I do 2 things. I do business development as well, and also the V's Art and Furniture. This is the hobby side of Vivienne. What happened is that my father actually used to do a lot of woodwork, and I used to enjoy watching him. I also used to paint when I was in high school. I did a lot of art in high school, and I've done the Ligony Art Festival a few times. And something said to me, Vivienne, you need to turn this into a business. There's a lot of focus now on, as you said, the small, medium enterprises. And I said, I need to be a part of that. And I think that it's one of the ways that Jamaica is going to grow. This is one of the things that's going to help our economy. And so in thinking about it and actually doing some research, collaborating with JBDC, and just looking at some of the needs that were out there, one of the things that, in speaking to JBDC, one of the things that they told me was that there are not a lot of gifts out there for men. There are not a lot of products, so women tend to have a challenge, or men have a challenge finding a nice gift for a man. So I said, the marketer in me said, that's a nice target market to look at as well. But I didn't want to only limit it to men. I wanted to also look at children. So I do like savings boxes for children as well. Yes. And products for females as well.
Very good. One of the main things that the Prime Minister has been saying, and especially the focus on economic growth and job creation, is that certainly it's a small business that will be the engine of growth for the economy. And we've seen, especially with the expansion of small businesses, where we have been getting that kind of growth in the economy. Joanne, let me hear your story.
So for about a year, my mother and I have been experimenting with soaps, candles. She's really artistic, so she paints as well. Yes. In October of this year, the Normal International Airport was privatized. Yes. I was a member of staff there for 6 years. I was in the maintenance department, junior architect. That's what I went to school for. And October 9th was my last day. I was made redundant. So I had that choice to make of how I was going to move forward. And I saw JBDC posted that they were taking persons for their Design Fusion program. I applied, even though it seemed more geared towards fashion persons. I said, I'll just try. I applied and they took me. And those 2.5 months have really forced me to commit to a brand, commit to the product. And so I've kind of moved from that trial stage into now actually doing this.
Kian, you now are into the whole technology side. I mean, I'm blown away by your work. Tell us a little bit more about it and how you got involved.
Okay, sure. So my start was actually similar to my friend here, where I was in corporate. So I worked in the pharmaceutical industry, and my position was made redundant. And at the time, I remember thinking, okay, I can go back into corporate, or I can choose to really put more concerted and intentional effort behind my art and photography, which were things that I've been experimenting for years. So I thankfully made this decision to try, and I won't sugarcoat, because at the beginning you have moments where you're saying, what am I doing? I mean, can I go on?
Definitely.
But thankfully, you know, I've gotten some traction. I do augmented reality in some of my art pieces, but generally, you know, 99% of what I create is done digitally, so on my iPad primarily. So I merge my photography with abstract art to do kind of synergistic results.
Help us see practically too some of your art, because that's just very interesting.
Well, right here I actually have one of my purely abstract pieces, and this one, and of course I have my phone out for a reason.
Yes. And all young people, you know how to use the phone exceptionally well. So you're going to show us exactly what happens when you use that phone with your art.
Okay, so
it's just not a normal piece of art that you're looking at.
So augmented reality tech is embedded in this particular one. The app Artivive is free for anyone to download.
Nice.
So on the back end, it lets me upload the video content which I create.
Yes.
And the app basically gives the image a unique fingerprint.
Wow.
So wherever it sees this image, if it's on a shirt, if it's in print, if it's, you know, wherever it is, it knows to play the content that I uploaded.
Wow, that's nice. And there's not just a Jamaican market for this, there's a global market.
Yes.
Joanne, let me hear a little bit more about your products. And you have one in your hand as well.
I have my candles. So we do handmade soaps and candles.
Yes.
My mom started out with the soaps, experimenting until she eventually taught me. So the soaps that we use, I try to use as many local ingredients as I can. It's not always easy.
Tell us about the local ingredients.
So so for the soaps, we'll have Jamaican coconut oil, Jamaican castor oil. Funnily, the person who I buy the castor oil from was in a seminar, a JBDC seminar with me. And when we had to introduce ourselves, he was like, oh, I do oils. And I was like, I need your number. So I try as much as possible to use, things that are local. So as I was saying, for the soaps, we have Jamaican coconut oil, Jamaican castor oil. And for the candles, these are ceramic containers that are handmade here as well. And we do refills. So after you burn your candle down, you can always come back to refill them.
I want to find out, Vivian, from you about the importance of some of these pop-up kind of events that help to showcase your work.
These provide that opportunity for you to actually meet people. So it's one thing to have your presence online and so, but when persons can come and actually interact with your product and smell it and feel it, like the candles and so, it's a big difference. Something that you have online may look totally different when you actually come and see it in person.
Yes.
So those things are also very, very important because they provide that opportunity for persons to actually introduce themselves and showcase the products that they have so people can tangibly feel them and actually
Wonderful.
And
so tell us a little bit about yours in terms of the process to make as well.
Well, I do a lot of art and woodwork products, so this is one of mine here. Yes. What I try to do is I want things that are reusable. So a lot of I actually have a wine box over there, which is a reusable case. So if you turn it on the side, it comes with a plexiglass cover. Yes. So you can actually reuse it as a little cabinet and keep your makeup, or you want to keep your tablets or so in there, your medication and so.
Very good. And the one up there.
And the one up there. So I've tried to look at various target markets. I've looked at the individual, I've looked at the corporate entity as well. This is a nice gift for somebody on your desk, so you can put your tablet in there, your phone, you can put pens, and so, if you want to keep your desk organized.
Yes.
This wine caddy here as well, so That's a nice romantic gift, and men love that. You know, it comes with a serving tray as well, that you can actually say not just to store the wine, but also to serve it. So if you want to impress a young lady, you know, that's a nice gift there as well. And for children, as I said, the savings boxes. So I've tried to look at, you know, various target markets.
And it's so important to encourage children to save.
To save from very early.
So that's very practical. You ladies have just been brilliant today. Thank you so much. Listen, you represent the best of Jamaica, really, because at a time when you can easily start focusing on all the negatives that happen, here are 3 very confident, talented, beautiful women with Jamaican, wholly owned Jamaican products that are certainly, doing it on your own. Thank you so much for joining us and highlighting the products. I also, too, want to say congratulations to Tony Ann Singh, who definitely represents the best of Jamaica. Listen, ladies, wow. Look at your faces when you say that. She won the Miss World crown, and the Prime Minister, I wanted to highlight a little bit of what the Prime Minister said in congratulating Tony Ann. He said that Tony Ann Singh displayed the best of Jamaica: extraordinary talent, grace, beauty, humility, confidence, and passion. Indeed, beauty with a purpose. She displayed poise and excellence throughout the competition, and her display on the final night for all the world to see was superb and well-deserving of victory. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Tony Ann Singh. You indeed have displayed the best of Jamaica for all the world to see. And thank you, ladies, for displaying the best of your products to us and the best of Jamaica. And especially at Christmas, where we want to start igniting that Christmas feel. You certainly brought Christmas to us here at OPM. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate
anytime. And thank you just for being wonderful entrepreneurs. This has been the Christmas edition, we call it, of OPM Connect. We want to also thank our representatives and stakeholders from Things Jamaica. I see some Christmas bunnies down there in the back. Thank you so much. And certainly, of course, from JBDC and the entire team here at the Office of the Prime Minister, who brings you OPM Connect. It really has been a pleasure for us to bring it to you. We are happy to have been of service. Continue to support us online and have a wonderful Christmas season. We'll see you again in 2020.
On the board this week, the Mount Olive Youth Club, in collaboration with the Social Development Commission, will be hosting their 3rd annual Christmas treat and Christmas tree lighting ceremony under the theme Our Children, Our Future this Saturday, December 21, in the community of Mount Olive, St. Andrew. The Every Mickle Foundation Jamaica's annual Christmas clothing drive is on. Please bring gently used clothing, books, toys, and school supplies to Liberty Academy at 32 Hope Road, Kingston on Saturday, December 21 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Donations will be distributed to children's homes. For more details, call 876-588-0997. The Salt Spring New Testament Church of God, Montego Bay, St. James, will host its inaugural awards banquet under the theme, The Power of Togetherness. It will be an evening of excellence on Saturday, December 28, starting at 6:30 p.m. at the Holy Trinity Anglican Church Hall. Proceeds in aid of the church building and benevolence fund. For reservations, call 876-356-0452. And that's all for your community notices this Saturday. If you have an event to share on our notice board, give us a call at 876-922-8680 or email cbishop@jis.gov.jm.
Christmas celebration isn't complete without some melodious caroling. And with our unique culture, caroling has to have a touch of our Jamaican flavor, as you'll see in some of these all-time favorites.
some mistletoe help to make the season bright, and the tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh.
And all the chicken them a try fi spy, fi see is which one of them is going to fry. And so we want to big up everyone, all kids from 1 to 92. Although money done, have a whole heap of fun. Merry Christmas to you. Please.
Predial larceny is everybody's business. Ask questions about the source of the items you intend to purchase. Don't support it, report it. A message from the Predial Larceny Prevention Coordination Unit, ensuring that Jamaican farmers reap what they grow.
And we've come to the close of Jamaica Magazine for today. We hope you've been enlightened and ask that you join us again tomorrow for more. Until then, continue to watch these and other programs by logging on to our website at jis.gov.jm or subscribing to our YouTube channel. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms or through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry, wishing you a safe and peaceful season.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.